Have you ever read a book for self-improvement and nothing really changed afterwards? You read a book that's packed with great ideas, you finish it, close the cover, feel motivated, and then you get hit with the real world. Work, emails, deadlines, errands, and suddenly life goes back to business as usual. The life-changing ideas you've learned about remain just that, ideas. And the issue isn't the ideas themselves, is that they're not integrated into anything you do consistently. So I wanted to bring those ideas back into my week. Not in a big, complicated way, just a small, steady reminder that helps me stick to the change I actually want to bring about in my life. And since The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is one of the greatest books about personal growth, I decided to turn it into something I can use to actually change my life. It's really just a simple template. It's built as an extension to the book and was designed with one key idea in mind, to make it easy for anyone to use at any time. Now that you have some context, let's take a look at the template. The 7 Habits Accountability Rubric, a one-page evaluation template you can reflect on anytime. You can put it on as part of your task management system or use it as a dedicated tracking database for it. This entire process lives in Notion and takes maybe 5 minutes to use. Step 1. Add this template to your workflow. This is not meant to be another habit tracker. Of course, you can review this daily if you like, but I recommend doing so on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on what you're comfortable with. Tracking too frequently adds friction to the process and sometimes backfire. You end up being frustrated by it, or do so for the sake of doing it. More importantly, perhaps, is that these habits are more like principles that take time to change, and you need to give it some time for real change to happen. Step 2. Rate yourself on each habit. Ideally, you have read the book and have some understanding of what each habit entails and what it looks like in practice. But for those of you who haven't checked it out, here's a quick overview of all 7 habits. Habit 1. Be proactive. Did you take ownership of your choices, or did you react and blame? Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Do you have a clear vision of what you wanted to accomplish? Habit 3. Put first things first. Did you prioritize what mattered or just what felt urgent? Habit 4. Think win-win. Did you look for mutual benefit or were you competing? Habit 5. Seek first to understand. Did you listen to understand or just to respond? Habit 6. Synergies. Did you collaborate and create something better together? Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Did you renew yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? These habits can be applied at every level, from small micro actions to big life decisions. Hopefully this gives you an idea, but I'll still recommend reading the book. It's concise and much clearer than I can ever hope to paraphrase. For each habit, you can then rate yourself from 1 to 4, from being completely unaware to mastering the habit. The distinction is extremely important here, so understand this fully before proceeding. 1. Unaware. You don't yet recognize the habit or understand its importance. It's not on your radar. When opportunities to practice it arise, you miss them entirely because you're operating on autopilot or old patterns. 2. Developing. You're aware of the habit, you know it matters, you might even try to apply it occasionally, but it's inconsistent. You slip back into old patterns when things get tough. 3. Practicing. The habit has become part of how you operate. It's not automatic yet, but it's consistent. You catch yourself when you dip, and you course correct. And finally 4. Mastering. The habit is now automatic and integrated into who you are. You don't have to think about it. It's your natural response. You practice it even under stress, and you might even help others develop the same habit. Now the gap between 2 and 3 is where most people get stuck, like me. But it's the difference between knowing what to do and actually doing it consistently. You might even be at a 2 for several months, and that's okay. Don't try to rush the process, and simply try to think about what you can do better with each review. Step 3. Add 2 to 3 examples of action as evidence. This is the part that keeps you honest with a clear direction for how to move forward. Each score requires 2 to 3 examples that justifies it. Even if you're at a 1, the example could be about what opportunity you missed practicing the habit. Let's say you gave yourself a 3 for habit 1 this week. What actually happened? Maybe you responded to a difficult email without getting defensive. Maybe you took initiative on a project before someone asked. Maybe you stopped yourself from complaining and chose a constructive response instead. Write those down. This does two things. First, it makes sure you're not inflating your scores. Second, it gives you a library of proof that change is happening, even when it doesn't feel like it. More than that, this process itself helps you reflect on your life and think about what could have been done better, creating this natural feedback loop. Step 4. Add a focus habit. This is where action meets real world constraints. It is neither practical nor smart to tackle all 7 habits at the same time. Every review, choose one habit to intentionally improve the coming days. You can either go in order or to choose the one that you find have the most impact right now. For example, if you had a chaotic week with no planning, habit 2 becomes the focus. If your relationships felt strained, habit 5 might matter more. Now, Stephen Covey arranged the habits in a specific order for a reason. Habits 1 through 3 are about self-mastery, about getting control of your own mindset and actions. Habit 4 through 6 are working with others, collaboration, empathy, and synergy. Habit 7 is about renewal, keeping yourself sharp so that you can keep showing up. So while you can focus on any habit at any time, there's wisdom in the structure. If you're struggling with relationships at work, maybe you haven't built the foundation of proactivity or clarity in your own life. So habit 5 might not stick. You don't have to follow the order strictly, but if you're stuck, start with the earlier habits first. And so here's what a completed rubric can look like for you. The power of the system isn't the numbers, it's the rhythm. Every now and then you revisit habits. Every now and then you think about how you live them, and every now and then you choose one to focus on. This creates a loop that looks like this. You read, you apply, you reflect, and then you improve. And the loop is what makes ideas stick. It's the same reason habits form, the same reason training works, the same reason system matters. If you give yourself regular checkpoints, the ideas stay alive. If you don't, they fade, no matter how good the book is. So that's the system, a simple 7 habits accountability rubric that turns one of the most influential books in personal development into an actual regular practice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.